Nakari, one of the most powerful keepers of secrets that Slaanesh has to offer. Look at that tit. This is going to be a Slaanesh versus Slaanesh matchup, and we both have Nakari. Nakari is the obvious choice in this matchup, in my opinion, because he gets access to one of the most powerful things that you can have when you're fighting demons. Now let me find the bloody thing. Harvester of Souls. When an enemy unit within 30 range is killed, he will heal for 21 seconds, 0.4% of his HP. Against demons, that is just insanely powerful, because it's quite hard to wipe the mortal faction units, because obviously they retreat when they get low on models and then they run away off the map. But against demons, that doesn't happen, they dissipate. So it's really, really effective, especially in the Slaanesh mirror, because obviously things in the Slaanesh mirror die very fast. It's like Tyranids in Dawn of War 2. Both factions are basically glass cannons. So we got a lot of pivoting around, and Nakari is, yeah, he is vital here. Whoever's Nakari can do better is probably going to win the Slaanesh matchup. So other than that, I've got a lot of Hellstriders of Slaanesh. These are the anti-large ones. I find them very effective because they counter cost-effectively enemy Seekers. 2 Hellstriders will thrash one enemy Seeker squad, and 2 Hellstriders only cost 1,200, a Seeker costs 1,000. And when I say they thrash them, not even one of your Hellstriders will lose half of its health. So that's huge. But then I like to saturate them with a lot of spears. Look, at the end of the day, you want to be getting flanks, so it's just easier to do when you saturate with spears. Now he's got Chaos Spawn, which are fair enough because they have high mass, and that has a lot of value. I've got some Chaos Spawn in the back. The high mass can pin things like Nakari in place, and then you can get some easy flanks. But the thing is, Nakari's so fast with 100 speed, you shouldn't ever really let that happen. So what happens here is, I use Acquiescence of Willing Prey on these Hellstriders, and engage them with my double Hellstriders, and you can see the difference that these buffs make, or the debuffs rather. His Hellstriders are getting absolutely wrecked because of it. And then I drop down a Phantasmagoria, so now they lose leadership and they can't move. And what this means is that this Nakari really isn't putting in a whole lot of value, and it also means that these Hellstriders can get pretty much shattered, not just routed, because they're completely unable to disengage. So I get the rout there, and then I pull my Hellstriders away, and I'm having a happy, happy time. His Nakari is now surrounded by a shitload of Hellstriders, and that leaves him really vulnerable to my Nakari coming in and poking him in the back, and you know that that's what Nakari likes to do. He gets a little poke there, does some good damage, but I want to run away now before he retaliates, and he does actually retaliate and get a nice little hit against me. He is rotating Hellstriders around. Got Marauders with spears fighting each other here, not a whole lot that's going to happen on that side, but then I've caught this point, so I do have a bit of a point lead right now, but he's going to get that side, so it's pretty even. You can see mostly, as I said, this is just coming down to a bit of a Nakari duel. Now, I've got Acquiescence used against him. I don't know if my opponent brought as many spells as I did. He did, yeah. He's got Purveying of Slaanesh, Phantasmagoria, and Acquiescence. So, I don't know why he's not using it. Okay, he is. Now he just used Acquiescence against me. So, I'm going to hit him in the back with the Chaos Furies, which actually do some pretty decent damage, and then I'm going to run away because I'm taking a lot of damage and I'm aware that I have Acquiescence on me, but then I turn around and hit him with that charge bonus, and I realise that I've got him isolated at this point, so I charge everything at him that I can without letting the rest of his troops get out. But Nakari's so big, he just pushes straight through. There's nothing I can do to catch him, but here is the pursuit. My Nakari chasing his Nakari. Got a big fight going on over here, lots of Hellstriders trying to take on his Hell Scourges, and that will definitely go well for me, but the duel continues, and the thing is, I have some support here from my Hellstriders. What's he got on him? He's got Acquiescence put back on him again. I've got Willing Prey on mine. Both of us spamming our debuffs. I mean, there's a lot of RNG here at the end of the day. Melee attack, melee defense, they are RNG mechanics. Now he uses Acquiescence on me, but he's losing, and I don't know if that was a miss micro or intentional to move away, but anyway, I don't want to risk it just in case that I can't, you know, I miss these next few attacks and he doesn't die, and the Seekers are coming into the flank, so I move away, and I return and get a beautiful hit on him, and Nakari is now dissipating, so it should proc the healing on my Nakari, and you can see, look at the HP going up pretty substantially. And the thing is, Seekers, they'll do the same, they'll dissipate. These spawn over here, they will dissipate, so my Nakari just keeps on healing. The other thing I will say about this matchup, because it's probably going to end soon, because clearly it is over, because, you know, what's he got to contest me here? Not a whole lot. I think that the Law of Slaanesh is clearly the superior... Here they go. I think that the Law of Slaanesh is clearly the superior law for this matchup. Everyone goes on about how overpowered Law of Shadows is. It's really good, and Pendulum is really overpowered, but Pendulum is mostly good against elite infantry. You're not going to see a lot of elite infantry in this matchup. You're going to see saturation upon saturation of Marauders. You're going to see flanks from Hellstriders and Seekers, and you're going to see Chaos Spawn. Pendulum is not really effective against any of that. So, what else could you bring? You could bring Pit of Shades to kill enemy Marauders, but I would argue that the debuffs to the enemy Keeper of Secrets that you get from the Law of Slaanesh, from the Acquiescence, is better. You can bring Purveyne of Slaanesh to force rampages against anything that gets out of position, against enemy cavalry that can be extremely strong. And then finally you've got the Phantasmagoria, which just pins the entire enemy position in place, and if the enemy is close to dissipating, you hit them with a Phantasmagoria, instant minus 16 leadership. Well, guess what? Now they're dissipating. So then you just give Nakari a bunch of healing. It's really effective. I love it. Let's have a look at the relative damage values on our Nakaris. Yeah, so mine did do a little bit better, and you can see, like, you've seen how close mine was to dying. But just by the end there, from killing maybe 2 or 3 extra demon units, he's healed all that much. That Harvester of Souls ability is absolutely fantastic. Hellstrider's just doing fucking brilliant. These guys only cost 600. This one got more than double the value. But even the Marauders trading quite effectively. Having a couple of the Sword Marauders I think is nice, just to engage the enemy Spear Marauders, because they will bring spears, you know. Spears are obvious, because you know that Slaanesh is going to bring cavalry, you know that they've got the big demon, you know that they've got Spawn. So bring a few sword ones and counter their spears. In terms of reinforcements, what did he bring in? He brought in Seekers, but they got kind of overwhelmed very quickly. I feel like those Seekers were a little bit too late. And yeah, you can see the reinforcing Hellstriders didn't really do a whole lot. Furies, on the other hand, that I brought in were absolutely amazing. This Fury getting over 1,000 value. The thing is, Furies are great because they get the double charge bonus from behind, and it's so easy to hit enemies from behind when you have a flying unit. Now, it's problematic against certain factions which have air superiority against you, because they're just going to kill your Furies before you can even get behind. Like when I play Cafe against Slaanesh, I always bring Jade Longmas for that reason, and I'll usually have a way to buff the Jade Longmas to make them even better against Furies. But yeah, in a matchup like this, Furies are going to be everything. You need Furies. And everything else didn't really even get an opportunity to do anything. So there you go. That was the matchup. Short and sweet. That's how Slaanesh likes it. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. It's your boy Torpid out.